Defense News. It's proudly sponsored by Navy Federal Credit Union. If you're a member of our nation's armed forces, the Department of Defense, or if your family is, we'd be proud to serve you too.
On this episode of Defense News Weekly, we head into a new defense production facility. What does it look like inside a plant where submarine engines get made? We'll find out. Plus, we canvass the latest in firearms and military-related retail gear at SHOT Show 2026. Check out some of the highlights. And we get some updates on pay raises for troops in 2026 and 2027. How much could you earn? Also, details of a new barracks improvement initiative. It's the latest in news and analysis from the Pentagon to the platoon here on Defense News Weekly. Welcome back to Defense News Weekly. The Pentagon and White House have been pressing the defense industry to speed up production, and nowhere has the pressure been higher than in the shipbuilding industry. With those demands looming, submarine engine maker Leonardo DRS recently cut the ribbon on a new production facility in South Carolina. Defense News was there for the event.
In the halls of Congress and the Pentagon, when it comes to revitalizing and revamping the defense industrial base, there's no bigger topic than shipbuilding.
As you know, we're desperately in need of ships. Our ships some of them have gotten old and tired and obsolete, and we're going to go the exact opposite direction.
The U.S. wants more ships faster. And with the pressure rising, Leonardo DRS recently cut the ribbon on a brand new facility. The product: new propulsion systems for submarines for both the American Navy and international customers. A range of officials were on hand for the official opening of the building on January 23rd.
This facility is a direct result of what can be achieved when industry, government, and community work together with a shared sense of purpose. The work that will take place here is critical. This facility expands our ability to deliver complex, high-quality submarine and surface ship products critical to the readiness and effectiveness of the U.S. and its allied Navy fleets.
You walk in, you see a giant building, you see cranes, pretty obvious stuff. There's some really cool things in this building. These cranes, for example, technology from the automobile industry, we can lift giant motors and flip them around, which currently we cannot do where we build them today. Millions of dollars in tooling to set them on the ground and move them around. So this increases our production pace, reduces cost, all a win-win. That's just phase one, which we're standing in today. It's about 150,000 square feet. Phase two, other side of that wall, it's another 70,000 square feet. We've already started continuing our investment to support final assembly and test of steam turbine generators for Virginia-class submarines. That's off and running.
We're bringing you a brand new manufacturing facility that makes the main propulsion motors on our Columbia-class submarines. Those are the most lethal and powerful warships ever created. The firepower from a single ballistic missile submarine is more firepower than was unleashed in all of World War II. But that sea power is more than just those Navy ships. It materializes in that industrial base, the shipbuilders, the vendors, the contractors, the engineers that are represented here in this room. The Secretary of the Navy has been direct about the need for urgency in increasing shipbuilding capacity. Revitalizing the industrial base is not a problem we can solve slowly or incrementally. We must scale with great speed and great urgency. This manufacturing facility will support the Department of Navy's top acquisition priority, which is the Columbia class. And it will also support the Virginia class, with the main propulsion motor and the turbine generators adding resiliency, capacity, and competition in that industrial base is key to a strong Navy and a strong nation.
Leonardo President and CEO John Baylouni said his company could see the demand for naval components rising and were able to respond quickly.
I think the administration is spot on with its requests. It's spot on with its priorities. Look, this is exactly what the administration is looking for. It's looking for us to step forward, invest in facilitization, invest in capacity expansion. We've done exactly that for this. And the submarine industrial base is one of the key areas that needs expansion. Today we make about 1.25 to 1.5 submarines per year. We need to build 3 to 3.5 submarines per year. This is exactly the kind of investment that our industry needs to make to be able to reach the goal of 3 to 3.5. There's a lot of impediments to shipbuilding today, all the way into the supply chain, all the way from labor and manpower to be able to build the ships. The skill set required to do that is tremendous. But it goes all the way down into the supply base, and that's where we sit. We're not building ships. We're building components for ships. We're building the propulsion system for the Columbia class for the next generation of ships. And so the investment has to be all the way down in the industrial base, not just at the shipbuilder.
Officials also gave Defense News Weekly a tour of the new facility, showing how the process will work to create the massive submarine propulsion systems.
So here we are in the receiving area of our new Goose Creek, South Carolina facility. In this area we can receive very large pieces of equipment. We manufacture very large pieces of equipment, very heavy. So the receiving area has a large entry door, very large cranes for being able to take them off the machinery that's bringing them into the facility. Storage area for smaller items, and then they're offloaded for inspection, and then further production as they move down the facility into the larger production areas beyond this. You can see the long travel lane that progresses down the length of the facility for moving equipment, and then the area to the right, which is an unfinished portion of the floor for doing actual assembly of the equipment. It's set up so that the larger cranes are at the furthest end and the smaller cranes are at this end. So it's because as we build the equipment up from the parts that we bring in from receiving, it'll increase in weight as it moves down the facility and the machine is constructed and completed. What I'm standing on is a specialty platform for doing the final factory acceptance test of the motor. So the motor will be mounted on these specialty locations in the floor where the motor's bolted down to the floor and operated in this facility. Operate the tests is immediately behind me. So the motor will be finally finished in this area and tested in this area to prove that it's ready to be sent to the shipyard. So the motor is final tested here. After the testing's complete, the motor moves into this area where it'll be mounted on a large trolley, like self-propelled piece of equipment that can carry the motor over the ground, its full weight, and move it onto a barge at a barge slip that's outside the building to this side. So as it moves through this traverse lane, it'll be prepped to ship in this area, and then taken out the doors in the back here towards the barge slip, where it'll be put onto a barge and taken to Quonset Point, Rhode Island, at least the Columbia motor in that application.
When we come back, highlights from one of the biggest gun and gear shows in the world, SHOT Show 2026. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Defense News Weekly. SHOT Show in Las Vegas is one of the biggest gun and gear shows on the planet and attracts multitudes of military, veteran, and law enforcement enthusiasts. We canvassed the conference looking for the newest and most interesting items. Here's some of what we found.
Hey everybody, I'm Danny here with Staccato. We're here to talk about our newest debuted pistol. This just came out this week here at SHOT Show 2026. We're here to talk about the C4X. If you're familiar with the 3.6 pistol that came out a couple months ago, this is going to be the compensated version. So this barrel length is going to be 4 inches. It's got the integrated compensator. What that's going to help do is it's going to cycle the gun, it's going to reduce recoil, and it's going to get you back on target, get you back to zero a lot quicker. We love that about this pistol. What we really want to feature about this, though, is that it's the shootability and concealability. It's 2026. Everybody's concealed carrying these days. If you're not, you're probably wrong. So we want a gun, though, that is compact, so you can conceal it easily, but it's very shootable, and that's what this pistol does. It really does it all. It's currently being tried and trusted by an elite tactical surveillance unit. We can't tell you who, but if these guys are carrying this and running this concealed every day and still relying on it for its accuracy and accountability, it is for everyone. This pistol truly does it all.
Hi, Matt with Ruger Firearms here at SHOT Show to introduce you to Ruger's latest short-barreled rifle offerings. So in my hands is a Ruger 1022. This is actually a takedown model with the action open. The barrel's removable. And that's nice because this will make an overall very compact package. With a 10-inch light barrel that's an aluminum shroud, and of course threaded half 28. All our 1022 models now are featuring our BX trigger, a new powder coat with a nice fine textured finish. We ship with a BX 15 round magazine. The latest configurations, the receivers feature a clean out hole in the back of the receiver and an automatic bolt release. So you don't have to manipulate the bolt catch to close the bolt, but locking it open is still really easy. The SBR models also feature a folding stock, making it very compact. And if 10 inches is a little too long, the other 1022 model is a fixed barrel, so it won't come out of the receiver, but is a shorter 8-inch and still threaded for a silencer. This is actually my preference overall. Adding a silencer, folding the stock, it remains a very short package, and there's more ammunition that'll stay subsonic and even quieter suppressed with that slightly shorter barrel. The other SBR models that we have is a PC carbine SBR. The PC carbine is a 9mm, the 6.5-inch barrel. It is also a takedown and threaded for silencers. We ship this product with the Ruger SR security pattern magazine, so 17 round or 10 round 9mm. We also ship with a magwell insert to take Glock pattern magazines. And then finally, and maybe most exciting, is the American Rifle Gen 2. This is chambered in .338 ARC with a 12.5-inch barrel. Feeds from AR pattern magazines. This is a 400 Legend magazine. And a lot of work was done to ensure good feeding both with the Spire Point supersonic ammunition and the really flat-nosed subsonic ammunition that's on the market. The other important feature that's really great on the Ruger American Gen 2 is the 3-position safety. So with that selector all the way back, the bolt is locked in the closed position. The middle position is still on safe. The rifle can't fire, but you can run the bolt. And then all the way forward to fire, safety's off, and you can shoot. What I do like about this is if you're walking around, you can be on lock, your gun's not gonna come open. But when it's time to shoot, you can push it all the way forward. You're not having to go around an arc. It's super easy. And this is gonna be a great platform either for the range or for hunting.
Hey there, I'm Scott McGregor. We're here at Mossberg, SHOT Show 2026, and we've got our Mossberg 990 SPX Magpul version. We're pretty excited about this one. This is a new release for 2026, and we've got a few really cool features on this. We've got our SPX forend. It's got M-LOK at 3, 6, 9 o'clock, and then also got QD sling swivels on both sides, so however you want to shoot it is fine. The SPX forend is great because it also acts as a heat shield, keeps your hand up off of the barrel. This is the 14-inch NFA gun, and so the cool thing about that is we also have it threaded, right? As you can see, we've got this mock JK Armament can on it, and it's pretty fun to shoot suppress, that's for sure, and a lot more people are shooting shotguns suppress. Some of the other features on the 990, we got an oversized bolt handle, oversized bolt release, oversized safety. We've got our ghost ring, our protected ghost ring sight you can see here, and a fiber optic in the front that's also protected. And then again, we've got our Magpul SGA stock that we're able to put on this. We've moved all the action springs and everything, action bars and the springs up in front underneath the forend. and that allows us to put a 590 or 500 stock on it as well. So that's what we've got. One of the things that Mossberg's come out with for 2026, the 990 SPX Magpul edition. And this is a fun one that we've got here. This is our 590R M NFA gun. So it's R for rotating safety, and it's M for magazine, and then it's also a folding stock. So Chisel Manufacturing came up with this for us, and we actually are using their stock on it as well. So you have this little package, and you actually have the folder on there. So you got the folding stock, we got the 11-inch barrel, it's threaded for chokes, so you can mount a suppressor to it. Magazine has 5, 10, 15, or 20 round capacities. We have all the mags for those. And then also the rotating safety, so it's a lot more like any of our AR type rifles. And you can also change that stock out however you'd like. So this is it, 590 RM Chisel. This is a lot of fun because it's got the AR sight plane, so whatever red dot you like, whatever riser you use on your AR, throw it on here, it'll be perfect. We've got here our 990 Aftershock SPX. So the fun thing about this is it uses our SPX forend, which allows you to attach things at 3, 6, and 9 o'clock via M-LOK. It's got QD slings on it, it acts as a heat shield. And this is our Cerakote version of the Aftershock. So it comes in tan, green, and you can still find the black. All the same fun features of the Aftershock. It's got the oversized controls, oversized bolt release. It's cut for an optic. It comes with this cover plate, but it's cut for an RMS-C footprint. And we also send plates, RMR, Delta Point Pro, and Acro as well. And it's got the Aftershock grip with the rubber molded on it, rubber molded handle on it, and it's a lot of fun. It shoots well. Because it's semi-auto, it shoots very soft, and a ton of fun. So this is it, 990 SPX Aftershock Cerakote. Now we've got our 590R Chisel model, right? So we've got our Chisel folding stock again. We've got our 590R. The difference on this one is it actually has the regular shotgun tube that we're accustomed to. It also has a heat shield, and it comes with the Magpul flip-up sights, rotating safety, and all the fun features that you've grown accustomed to at a 590. So Chisel 590R.
Thinking about buying a new home? When we come back, our financial expert returns with tips on navigating a mortgage application. Don't go away. Welcome back. On this episode of Money Minute, Jeanette Mack from Navy Federal Credit Union walks you through the basics of what it takes to qualify for a home loan.
Ready to buy a home? Hold on. Before you start dreaming about backyard barbecues, there's a crucial first step, qualifying for a mortgage. So let's break it down. First up, your credit score. Think of it as your financial report card. The higher your score, the more lenders will trust you've handled money like a pro. So check your credit and see where you stand. Next, your debt-to-income ratio. It's a fancy way of saying the percentage of what you earn that goes toward what you owe. The lower your ratio, the better. And if you're able to knock out some debt, you're showing lenders you're ready for that monthly mortgage payment. And don't forget financial stability. Lenders love to see steady income, a healthy savings account, and even retirement funds. It's all proof you're set for the long haul of home ownership. So here's your playbook, aka the Mortgage Big Three. Check your credit report, pay down debts, and beef up those savings. Making these moves can make a big impact when it's time to buy. Qualifying for a mortgage isn't rocket science, and with a bit of prep and a clear financial game plan, you can apply with confidence. Get ready to be a homeowner.
To get more coverage of military and defense topics, take command of that informational Abrams and point the muzzle at militarytimes.com and defensenews.com for more headlines. And to be the informed Marine on the landing craft, sign up for our early bird brief compiled each morning to bring you the most recent news. Finally, if social media is where you collect open source intelligence, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X. And for you junior troops, we're on TikTok, so go follow us there as well. When we return, pay raise updates for 2026 and 2027 from our partners at the Military Officers Association of America. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Where is military pay headed in 2026 and 2027? And what's in store for barracks improvement? Get a roundup of pay and healthcare headlines from our partners at the Military Officers Association of America.
Now, benefits and healthcare headlines presented by the Military Officers Association of America. Service members earned a 3.8% pay raise for 2026, but a strong indicator forecasts a smaller increase in 2027. The Employment Cost Index for wages and salaries of private industry workers rose to just 3.6% for the fiscal year ending September 2025. For the past decade, the ECI number and the military raise have been the same. Despite this trend, either Congress or the President can propose a pay raise that does not mirror the ECI figure. MOA supports a raise at or above the ECI figure, with anything less posing a risk to overall readiness. Even as recruiting issues subside, a force that does not offer competitive compensation will lose key talent to the civilian sector. A nearly $11 billion strategy to transform enlisted on-base housing and improve living conditions for Marines is set to begin in earnest this year. The Barracks 2030 initiative is set to kick off a 10-year housing refresh cycle, replacing the former 30-year version, and establish accountability and reporting mechanisms to address cases of squalor and dilapidation that have surfaced through watchdog reporting. A new VA survey will gather details from veterans on toxic exposures and other military experiences as part of work to detect and treat related illnesses. The VA's Million Veteran Program will administer the survey to MVP members, asking questions about service and deployment history, jobs and activities both in and out of uniform, exposure to hazards, and more. MOA and other military and veterans groups will use data from the survey to inform our advocacy. MOA and Disabled American Veterans partnered in 2024 on an extensive report outlining the decades-long delays regularly faced by toxic exposed veterans and offering a comprehensive plan for the VA. To participate in MVP, veterans must allow the program to access health records and provide a blood sample by mail or through a VA appointment. Learn more at mvp.va.gov. And to follow MOA's advocacy efforts on toxic exposure and more, visit moaa.org.
Well, that's all the time we have in this episode. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.